This is Big Idea Design's pocket pouch. This pouch is made in cooperation with the RZE group. They make pouches. They've made pouches for other influencers and other companies. So this is called the pocket pouch. And let me just give you a little bit of information about it. It is approximately, let's measure it out, a little less than 6 inches by 3 inches or so. So it's very similar shaped-wise to a pouch that is made by RZE called, I think, like the Whitcomb or Blackcomb. It's one of those mountains in Canada. This pouch is made with better fabrics in my mind. 1000D Cardura, which is really nice. It comes in this black. It has very nice YKK zippers. Two sets there, one there. As you tell, its internal organization is very much structured for lots of possibilities. It's got little pockets here, it's got some holes and patches here, it's got some on both sides, and there's a place in here to put things. It is padded a little bit, that if you have something that you're afraid that might break or maybe a little fragile, it's probably okay to put inside this as long as you take care of it. Things that they do as marketing for selling this pouch is that is meant to fit in a pocket. And I will say, in this configuration, it does fit in a pouch. Later on, how it might fit in a pocket when it's filled up with items. To put some patches right here, if you're a couple patches that you can put on. And then the zipper comes good for holding like little small stuff, maybe a couple credit cards. I'll demonstrate that. So this is very nice. This right here is great for like a carabiner loop. Put that in there, and I'm gonna hold up very well. Hey, let's put a few items in here to see what it looks like when it's filled out. Knipeck pliers, a wrench, flashlight, multi-tool, small multi-tool, and a knife. Let's also just throw in a little pen and paper. So that's a pretty decent, what you would call an EDC carry. Let's try to close it up. And this is one of the first things that I have realized is that unless something is pretty thin, it's going to be a little difficult to close it up, and then it gets pretty wide in here. When I measured it at one point, it got to like 1.5 inches wide. So it's not something that you typically would want to put in some of your pockets, but I think it can easily go into a lot of pockets. They demonstrated by putting it in the back pocket. Let's look at a couple of other items that we may want to put in there, such as you could not put a light like this in there very easily, just because there's not enough room and it's a rounded shape is not going to allow you to close it with something in it very easily. There are a few pouches that I would compare this one to. Now, these are all considered by people to be pocket pouches. This one is the Viperade VE18. I do carry this in my pocket, and it's filled with stuff that I carry. This is STW MN mini pouch pack, and this one does open up. This is a made in America pack, and as you can tell, it's compared to this, it's probably going to be a little wider and a little longer, but it's close to the same size. The WhataJunior, which is high quality zippers and materials on this, but it's going to be smaller than the EDC pocket pouch from BigIdesign. And the other one, this is a 0 cup pouch. That's a large one. People know I do carry this small one, and that could easily fit inside. Everything in here could fit inside there. I've tried it, but this one here is one that I've kind of filled up with stuff. I want to show you that this is a little larger. It does fit in my pocket well, and it carries a lot more stuff. You have a full multi-tool here, a nice little flat but thicker light. I put in Knipex here, 5-inch one versus a 4-inch one. Climber Swiss Army knife has, among other things, that can go in here. Plus it still has this outer pouch that you can put a 3x5 in, a cart, which is not something that fits well in here. And I'll demonstrate that in just a minute. What I have out here is pretty much everything that I carry inside of this, with the exception of this carabiner, which I know could easily fit on something like that. So that's not a big issue. And I'll quickly take stuff out of here. I don't generally carry a knife in there, so that's going to be something that we can discuss. I do know from just looking at the size of this, even though this is almost 6 inches long, it is pretty hard to put a 5-inch long wrench in there. This is 5 inches, and you can already tell it's at the top here. Some people might say, well, why don't you carry it down in here? That's what I'm going to do. The other thing is that I'm currently carrying the Roxxon Flex tool. And let's put that here with, let me put this the other way. I'm really thinking the Roxxon Flex tool is okay. I carry this Tinter small power bank, Frenzo lens. I love looking at stuff that's magnified, and just some duct tape and other tape here that comes in handy. And I actually end up using that twice a month, 2-3 times a month. So I can put this in there, this in here. Let me get my light. Let me put the light here. You know, small light, I like using it. And my screwdriver set. That there's a few things that are worn out on it. I've had it for, well, I've had a few of these. I'm not sure how long I've actually had these, but they do look a little worn out. And let's see if I can, I don't think I can close it like that, but maybe if I put that there. And you can tell it's going to be a little difficult to close. It is possible to put everything in here, but it's just a little difficult to close. You can tell it's bulging out. Better organizational pieces on my part might be helpful. I wonder if I could put this in here. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, it makes it close a little bit better. Yeah, that is a little bit better. Let's zip it up. It's still not something that you would put in your back pocket like they would demonstrate. I would think sitting down on this, you're going to break something or something's going to crack. In your front coat pocket, definitely yes. In pants pocket, definitely yes. Yes, pants pocket, you can put this in there and it would stay. So that's what it looks like with the things that I have, which I didn't put in my pen. And I'm sure that the paper could fit in pretty easily. Yeah, I can stuff that down in there. The one thing that I have found a little surprising is that there is some limitations on the pockets here widthwise. I think that you could put a few credit cards in there, but not many. If you wanted to, you know, put a credit card in the outside pocket, this is a little thicker than a couple credit cards. Let me just take these things out to start off with to make it easier. It still would be a little suspect on keeping more than 2 or 3 credit cards in here. This is padded, so it's okay for like small things, but once you get into larger things, you know, you probably are still going to want to be careful with it. I like this. It's a little too small, just a hair too small for my taste. It's one of these things where I would use it instead of something like this one right here, but I don't think that I would use it instead of this particular piece. You need things that are pretty flat to go inside of it, and then you can put it in your back pocket, can fit in like a jacket pocket easily, but it feels much more like a glass case than an EDC case. There are some really good positives. The zippers and also the material on this is very good. While I do think the inside looks exactly like the inside of the Raze or RZA, a Blackcomb one, this one's just a little larger than that one is, according to their measurements. I haven't seen the other one in person, but it looks almost exactly the same. The other one has a little bit less quality materials. The other really good thing about this, remember, this is a BigIdesign product at $45 plus shipping. That's a really good price compared to other items. When I first saw this and I looked at the Big Idea design name, I thought that this was going to be more in the $70 to $75 range, something that you would get for your WhataJunior or your All Goods one. But no, this is in between that and the regular Costa ones. For instance, this Zero Fun is $25. That includes shipping. This is $45, and you have to add shipping on top of that. Something like this Viper Aid one is about $25 from Amazon. Um, this one you can get on Etsy, the STW Min or Min STW pouch. This is the one that I think is the most comparable size wise and quality wise. And this one is like about $35, and that does include shipping. This is also USA made. The other one that is USA made is the not the Zero Fuel one. I'm trying to think that I'll get it in like a second here. But this one is not made in America, or there's nothing that says that designates that. The one that is made in America is this one. I forget what the other one is. Anyway, I will put the other one that is made in like America name somewhere up around here. Like I said, for $45, this is a little small, but I think that the quality makes it worth it. This is one of the few things from Big Idea Designs that I think the price is right, but it also has some of the flaws of some of the other things of Big Idea Designs, which is that it is just completely overbuilt. It has all these pocket holes in here, and so it's really hard to decide which one to put your gear in. This is Haku EDC. We just looked at the Big Idea Designs pocket pouch, and I'll see you in the future.